Hi everyone, podcast 442 is here in Helsinki. Next to me is Mario, as usual.
Hey.
This episode is in English because we are with a person who calls himself Left Foot and who is eager to tell us something about Finnish football, right?
Yeah.
But first, let's start from your name, Left Foot. What does it mean? Why you call yourself? Of course, it's not your actual name, but what does it mean?
My actual name is Timo, but it's a long story, but I make it short. It comes from my football career. I don't know how big the career was, but I've been playing few games in Division 1 and mostly in Division 2 in Finland and
so Division 1 is like second highest. Okay.
Yeah, okay. But only
it's like Ykkönen now.
Yeah, the Ykkösleague is now the same.
Okay.
But only few games there. Mostly of the games in second division. But I don't know. I like to call myself both leg. I play with both legs, or played, not anymore. I do other sports, but my knees don't allow me to do sports anymore. But left foot came. The name came. It was like 25 years ago, and just my friends named me like that. So that was part of football. I don't know if my left foot was so good then. I tried to make it better, but I like to call myself both legs. But then I have been using it in social media. I've been writing stories and stuff with that name, and it have become bigger and bigger, and I have used that name all the time. So
our Estonian friends who will watch that, they will say, okay, Left Foot. So to sum this up, you're like, we can say that you are a sports influencer in Finland.
Yeah, sports influencer. I like sports a lot, especially football. Football is my main thing. Mm-hmm. I follow football a lot. European football, of course, World Championships, European Championships, Euro Leagues, of course, Finnish football as well. That's my thing. Football is 95%.
But what team do you support in Finland?
I don't support anything because I do betting a lot, and when I do betting, I think that it's not so good thing to support any teams. I like to say that I support that team what I have been betting on.
It's a kind of my life. I support one team in Estonia, Kalju, and I am also semi-professional bettor. Then in my life, I don't ever bet in my team. Because it's a loss system every time.
Yeah, and you can mix emotions with betting. So, in fact, I don't have any favorite team. When I was young, I used to support Everton in Premier League. That's the only team I have ever supported, I guess.
This is really crazy, like really strange and crazy one choice, Everton.
Yeah, I don't know why. It just I think Everton won the league in 1984, 1985, something like that.
If you say so, I really
think I think it started then.
So you're a glory hunter, right?
yeah, of course. Yeah, but there's no favorite team anymore. I like to because I do betting a lot every day, so I like to say that I just support the team I have been betting on. That's okay. The easiest way to do it. No emotions there.
So okay, today this episode will come up like later, probably some late November or early December. So, but today it's like October day here. Yeah. Hoiko is playing their European Cup match against Dynamo Minsk.
Yeah.
What are you going to bet on that, or this is also like something you would rather not bet?
I have been thinking to bet on it, but maybe it will happen in live situation. Okay. Because I have to see the game first. Hoiko has been playing so poorly and sometimes well. It's been really difficult season for them, so it's hard to bet on Hoiko game right now. I don't know. And there's Dynamo Minsk, which I don't know so much about right now because Belarus teams have been I haven't been following them so much. Minsk is leading the league It's a good team. It has been in Europe several times, but what is the situation right now today, and the Hoiko situation? We all know that they have been losing. They have lost games in a row right now. Okay, they haven't had much stake on the games, but anyway, it's hard to bet. You have to see the game first.
But since we're talking about this game, are you planning to go there?
That's the plan, to go there, but let's see. I'm planning to go with my boy there. If he still wants to go at 10 p.m. in the evenings, then we go there. But if he wants to watch it on TV, then it's going to be TV. I would like to go.
Then it's easier to live bet on the match.
yeah. But I would like to go there to see the game. I have been there in Hoiko Conference League games or Europe League games. I guess in all the games, and in Champions League qualification games.
All right.
I like to be there.
Okay, but Hoiko is the biggest team in Finland by far, and this year they finished third place in Veikkausliiga. What is your opinion? What happened to them? Because, as you said, this year Hoiko is struggling a lot.
Yeah, it has been really difficult season for Hoiko, and I guess it started last winter. There was a mess with the coach. The coach suddenly didn't have a license to coach the games he should have been coaching. So it started then, and then the coach couldn't continue. And then the coach who won the title last season with the team, he didn't continue with the team. He was hired back, and people were just why didn't he just continue, because he won the title, and he was kicked out, and now he was hired back, and I don't remember exactly when he stepped in. I think it was in April or something like that, and of course it takes time. You have had some kind of coach in the winter, and then the old coach comes back. You have new players, and then I think it started quite well, but then the whole season has been some kind of mess. You just can't keep winning. The difficult times comes all the time, and I think there are some good individuals in the pitch, but on the pitch, but there is no team. They don't play as a team. So many reasons. There might be many reasons why they don't play so good, but in fact the Conference League place is really well done for them right now, because it was close that they haven't got the place.
No, we have.
There are playing players like Irving. Irving is a good example. He made really good goals, for example, against Glasgow in a qualification, and that they were really important goals. Yeah, without them, Hoiko season would have been over now. So it's really good that they are in Conference League. They didn't won the title, and I don't wonder it too much, because KuPS was better team in the last 3-4 months. Hoiko wasn't playing so good.
So you mentioned like some things started from the winter. What we are following Finnish football a bit, because you're our neighbors and bigger neighbors, and so we'll get there. Plus we have now our player there, and I hoped you mentioned that Kevin Palomets, very important player, but it is what it is.
He has been playing a lot.
Kevin, not Kevin.
Yes, Kevin.
Yeah, he has been playing a lot.
But what I heard is that Hoiko decided to cut budget a lot. Do you know anything about that? Like after previous season?
I don't know so much about that. I don't know what the reasons are. I guess there are wise people who have been making the decisions, and they have been made for some reason. But at the same time, I have to say that Hoiko bought a lot of players in winter and in summer. Of course, they sold few players. For example, they sold a key player Topi Keskinen to Aberdeen. Mm-hmm. That was really good thing for Topi Keskinen. Of course, that was not so good thing for Hoiko, because Topi Keskinen was really dangerous forward. He plays in a national team, and he's really young. He has time to get better, and hopefully he will get even better team than Aberdeen. Aberdeen is now leading the Scottish League with Celtic.
But since like Hoiko lost their title right this year, so is the reason of that because they are weaker, or Kups and other teams are like have been increasing in their level?
I don't know. I think Hoiko has got what it takes to win the title. They have good players. They have good players in every season. Mm-hmm. I think the main thing is that they haven't just got the team together. So they have good players, but they don't play as a team so well as they played, for example, last season. There are good players, and what I have seen in the games, I think the defense is not so good as it was, for example, in last season. There are too many easy goals given to the opponents, and free kicks, corner kicks, how they defend free kicks or how they defend corner kicks. There have been so much dangerous situations, for example, in corner kicks situations.
All right.
And the central defense is weaker than before, I guess. I don't know. That's what I have been seeing.
Okay. So some positions are maybe a bit weaker, but in general, the material is enough to win the title.
In Finland, it is.
Okay.
But they don't play as a team so well. And I have to say, I haven't seen so many Kups games. I know Kuopio Palloseura is a good team. They have a really good team. I think as a team, they have been better at the end of the season if you compare it to the Hoiko. And they really are worth to win the championship. So Hoiko lost those important games at the end of the season, mm-hmm. which they should have win, and they didn't. So that's the easy one. This is sport.
So before we go in general to Finnish club football, just one question about Hoiko and today's match as well. Yep. Even though it's today's, but people will see it once later. Then never mind. 10 p.m. Starting time. Will this affect the number of spectators on the stadium, or what do you think? Like, because 10 p.m. for us as well would be really really dramatic time, I would say.
I guess it will. I don't know how many tickets are sold right now, but there have been games that the stadium is quite full, and I guess it won't be today evening. I don't know why the game. Of course, there are other guys who decide at what time they will.
Yeah, we are not the ones who decide.
We are not the ones. But I guess this is the first time that in Finland Hoiko plays at 10 p.m. Every game has been at 8 p.m. or 7:45 or 7. So people have to go to work or school tomorrow.
Plus I think October, it's not very, like, you know.
Yeah, but it's quite warm October right now.
That's true.
It's not going to be too cold there, but I guess the tomorrow morning will affect many people when they make their choice.
Exactly.
So I think there's not going to be so many people there.
All right.
Maybe 4,000, 5,000.
How much this Bolt arena is full?
It's almost 11,000.
Okay. But today's match is against Dynamo Minsk. What's your opinion? Should Hoiko play against the Belarusian team now?
It's
because situation of the world.
Yeah, I think I don't have any opinion of that because let the other people decide.
All right, but was
one.
there a discussion in Finland about that?
Yeah, there have been, and just this morning, I read one text about it when they asked the same thing from the Hoiko coach, and he just said the same thing.
Same as you said.
I just coach. That's my job.
Okay.
The other guys decide who plays, who can't play. So I don't know. It's better for me. I don't know. I don't have any opinion of that either. That's football. When you go to the field, you just think about football. You play for win. You try to win. So.
Why we're asking, because in Estonia there was like this situation. Of course, it was national team. So
yeah.
for me, it's a bit there is difference between national team and clubs. This is one thing.
I agree.
And we had this with the beach soccer team who got their historical result in EuroLeague. They got like top 8 place, and they were drawn against Belarus, and they didn't play. Yeah. They refused to play and lost the chance to play for the semi.
I have to say it's a little bit different thing with the national team. I agree with you, because if you think about Belarus, I don't know the Belarusian team. I guess mostly it consists of Belarusian players, but they might be in foreign players as well, and so they are not Belarusians. Yeah. So it's a difficult situation, but if the decision is this, some other guys have decided that the game will be played, so let teams play.
All right.
And I have to say about the Hoiko, we talked about Hoiko this season. Hoiko was last year's champion, of course. Because of that, they got the chance to qualify to the Champions League. And when I saw the Champions League schedule, the first team they played against was the Lithuanian team. Yes. And I thought, okay, this is the nice route. And the second round would have been easy as well. Easy when you talk about Champions League qualification, because there are a lot of good teams. And when they got to the Lithuania and they lost the game 3-0, I thought that something is not right now, because all the respect to the Lithuanian team, but it's not that good team if you lost the game 3-0. Then I was in stadium watching the home game against the same team, and it was 1-1 draw. Hoiko was better, but Hoiko was not that much better. I don't know. At that point, I thought that something it's not okay for teams like Hoiko to being kicked out from the qualification against Lithuanian team. And then there was Wales champion TNS, who got in Conference League qualification to the Lithuanian, and they won. It was 1-4 away. The same team, TNS, and TNS. Okay, it's quite good team, but if I compare it to Hoiko, it's not that good team.
Of course, yeah.
It made me thinking that what were the guys doing there? I didn't see the away game, but
let's hope they didn't do any betting before the match.
I don't know what happened. Yeah, but the other game was 1-1, so there was no excuses. It was clear that the boys were out. So, but it was harm, because there would have been last year's Hoiko would have been. I guess they could have had chance to go a lot further.
Yeah, maybe Europa League or something like that. Right?
At least Europa League, because the other round wasn't so bad either. So if you got to if you could go to Champions League qualification third round, then you are almost in Europa League. Mm-hmm. It's really close then. So, but it went like that this time. But
But if we talk about, I'll switch topics a bit because Hoiko is a nice team and there's an Estonian player, but we're interested to know about all other stuff as well. If Estonian person or whatever person would like to come to Finland to watch like league games, for example, like which team would you recommend? Which team has the best fans or the best atmospheres at the stadium?
Of course, Hoiko fans are. There are a lot of Hoiko fans and there are good atmosphere there. Of course, there have been writing and talking about last game's atmosphere. There have been not so good things. There have been almost those things that will cost Hoiko some euros, the torches and the other thing. But I think Hoiko fans. And then, of course, KuPS fans, there were full stadium at the last game, KuPS Hoiko in Kuopio. The atmosphere was really good. And then there are, I think Hoiko and KuPS fans, at least, if you can come and watch the game Hoiko KuPS, I think that would be nice.
So this is a suggestion for the next season for Estonian football fans.
And Ilves from Tampere has really been better and better, and Ilves was
they finished second, right?
Yeah, and Ilves was fighting for the title in the last round, and Ilves won. And if KuPS have lost, then Ilves would be the champions. But the both team won, and KuPS won the title. But Ilves fans are also. Because the fan base is coming bigger and bigger and bigger. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good for football. I think the same thing is in Kuopio and Hoiko and in other towns as well. The fan base is becoming bigger.
Years ago, I visited Helsinki derby, Hoiko against IFK. If I'm correct, then IFK went bankrupt again.
Yeah.
It was very great atmosphere, very good rivalry.
Yeah, that was the local derby. That was the biggest local derby in Finland. And it's really a shame that IFK isn't anymore in the Veikkausliiga because those games were really big derbys and the stadium were full in every game. So. And then, there were some negative things as well because the fans really hated each other. So they were before the game and during the game and sometimes after the game there. Okay, but that's the minor part of the fans who perhaps do some fighting or.
Some people say it's a football culture, you know.
It's like ultra culture.
Yeah, some people call it culture, but I think the fighting and that kind of stuff, if you just burn the artificial grass with torches, that's not football. That's not football.
I heard some guys who went to jail because of derby, and it's not 1 month in jail. It was years. Do you know something about that?
I don't know. I don't know those 1 month bans or that. I have heard that. People have been taken to the jail, but I don't know how long they have been there. So that might be maybe shorter time than 1 month. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I've just heard what have happened during and after the game, and I have heard that some people have been taken from the police. But those were big games, and it's really shame that the IFK is not anymore in the league because they were the biggest derbys in Finland, and there were really happenings before the games, 1 or 2 hours before the game.
You could feel the atmosphere of the game.
Yeah.
But what was the reason they went broke again? Because they had such a large fan base.
That's a good question. I don't know everything about it, so I can't answer you so correctly. But the money. If you don't have enough money, so and they tried to do everything in the end of the end part of the season. I remember they tried to have more fans. They tried to have more spectators. They tried everything, but if you don't have enough money, that's the result will be that.
Bad management, maybe.
I don't know.
Led
Yeah,
to that.
maybe. But those debuts were really, really good.
If I'm correct, then they had Chinese management or owners. Or...
Yeah, they were some kind. Yeah, they were. And I don't know so much about it, so I can't give you so exact answers about that. But that's not the first team or first time in Finland when some team goes down. So.
Okay.
So. But it was, yeah, those were nice matches to watch. I was in the stadium in those matches.
In Estonia, we say it's like emotional money for that club.
Yeah.
But just talking about league, one thing which is different in Finland compared to our league, like our league.
One thing I have to say about the fan culture.
Yes.
Because ice hockey is a big sport in Finland. Still, it's bigger than football. Hopefully football will come bigger and bigger and bigger. But for example, if you talk about Ilves, when there were the decisive games and last 2 or 3 games, the Ilves plays also in ice hockey league. The ice hockey fans...
Same structure club, you mean? They have the same club for football and hockey or
No.
Different clubs in one city?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so the ice hockey fans told that they will come to support football Ilves in, for example, in Helsinki when Hoiko plays in stadium against Ilves in Bolt Arena. So there were the ice hockey fans were also there. That was a nice thing. Mm-hmm. That's some kind of turning point in the culture, I guess, because now we are breaking the borders there.
I think Finland is like Lithuania. In Lithuania, there's like basketball number 1 and football is like this number 2. And in Finland, I always felt like ice hockey is number 1 and football is number 2.
Yeah, the ice hockey is big because Finland is really good in ice hockey. We have to remember it's a lot of smaller sports. So you have to make some kind of breakthrough in football. You have to survive in a final tournament, World Cup. And Finland have been there, but the success was not so good. So I think if they have played better, so the football would have been bigger right now.
So if national team always would qualify for bigger tournaments, then it would become so.
That's what happens what happened in Sweden in 90s. When Sweden were 94, they won the bronze medal. Mm-hmm. After that, it was the whole different story. The football wasn't so big in Sweden before that, but when Sweden got to the World Cup and played really, really well, then after that you could see how big it was in Sweden after that. And that's what I've been waiting here.
Did this when you qualified to Euros? Did that change anything, or?
Of course, that changed, but I could talk a lot about that. When Finland was in qualification, there was Italy, Greece, Armenia, Liechtenstein, Bosnia in the same group. And Finland played really, really brave football and really, really good, even against Italy. It was nice to watch the game. They lost Italy, but they lost with playing good football. But I don't know what happened when they got to the Euros, because the playing style was different. They defended. They were really they were more careful. They didn't want to try anything with any risk. So the matches were they were a lot different than in qualification. I don't know why. Maybe it was the first time in Euros. Mm-hmm. So you just wanted to make it risk-free. And they won the first game against Denmark.
Got 3 points, against Denmark,
Yeah, but we all know what happened against Denmark, Eriksen's hard attack. So
then you had the Russia game against Russia, and then you played against Belgium as well.
Yeah, I was in stadium watching the Russia game, and Finland made one goal. Pohjanpalo made one goal in the beginning of the game, but it was offside at the end. After that, Finland didn't have any good chances, and they just defended. So they didn't defend. They played a lot of more. They were braver. They played really. They tried to attack in qualification games, even against Italy, but it just disappeared somewhere when the Euros became.
When the Euros played, did you notice that the whole nation is like behind the team? How was the coverage here in Finland? How people like reacted?
Yeah,
did people start caring a lot of more about national football? And...
Of course, and the fan base became bigger, and of course people were behind the team. But at the same time, of course, you just maybe try to criticize. The criticism come bigger as well. If you don't play
expectations are bigger, right?
Yeah, of course. You wait to see. You want to see your team win, but when the team isn't winning, so then you just you are not satisfied. Of course, that's obvious, but I guess the expectations came so much bigger than that, and so the Euros were some kind of disappointment for me. I guess even they won Denmark, but as I told you that the game was really special. That what happened in the first half. I don't know. I was sure that they won. They will. They are not going to play their game right now. They are just playing maybe tomorrow or. I don't know. It was really hard to continue after that.
And after your like national team, this Euros, did it had any effect on the local football? Like, did you notice like people start, I don't know, being more curious about like maybe Finnish club football or Finnish clubs playing in Europe? Well, or that didn't affect, or national team didn't affect local football?
Of course, it affects a bit. I think it should have been affecting more. But that's all about the marketing, of course, as well. The marketing should be, you can do marketing always bigger and more. So, I don't know.
Was it, I have my like question. So do you feel it was like a wasted opportunity a bit? Like you got
a little bit, yeah. A little bit wasted opportunity. But of course, if Finland would have gone through the group stage to
playoffs.
Playoffs. Then, maybe the situation would have been different, and maybe the Finnish clubs would have had chance to take more out of it. So I don't know.
Why I'm asking this, because Estonia has never played on a big tournament, but if hopefully soon we will get there, it's the same thing, right? Our interest in local football is really low in Estonia, like really, really low among people. I think.
How much spectators do you have in the matches?
I don't want to say that number because we will embarrass ourselves, right? So this season, I think the whole season, all the games is 400 something.
Okay, like even in top teams matches.
Some top matches get over 1,000. Some top matches
over 2,000. But yeah,
we had like 3 games over 2,000.
It's only a few matches, yeah.
Okay, that's not so much.
So if we will get at some point there, so like we should probably learn and like not invest, but we should consider your experience, like your as a Finnish society experience, like how to do it better, because like football is a worldwide sport, and there's like really small regions where it's not like the most popular thing in your society. Like if you go to Europe, everyone, like, I don't know, if you're not interested in football, you will be like left out in some of the like groups or with friends, right? Because everyone leaves football. You know when your team is playing and etc. In our society, I don't know about Finland. It seems in Finland you have bigger interest, but in our society, people just like, oh, these are like stranger guys who support football.
Okay.
And that's something we're hoping to improve somehow.
Not all football, but Estonian football.
Especially Estonian football.
How about the Estonian national team? How much spectators are in the national team?
A lot more. 6,000 was the last game, I think, against Azerbaijan.
Against Sweden, it was 4.9k because it was 10 p.m. match on Monday. But against Azerbaijan, it was 6,000. Yes.
Yeah, Finnish national team has. It has gone really well with the spectators. For example,
last year they were over 30,000.
Yeah, I guess now they played last Sunday against England, and the Olympic Stadium was sold out, pretty much sold out, and it takes 35,000 against.
Of course, England is a big opponent as well.
But then there were. Ireland a few days earlier, and they were expecting a lot of more spectators. There were 15,000. It was not so sold out the stadium then, but there have been, even against San Marino last qualification, there were. I guess the stadium was full.
At least you can see goals, you know.
Yeah, at least. That's a good thing. I'm not. I don't have any exact numbers about Finnish teams, clubs, what they average spectator numbers are. I've seen them in summer.
I think it's about 3,000, 4,000 maybe average.
Yeah, Hoiko has the biggest. I guess Hoiko was 5,000-6,000 per game. I think it has a little bit dropped in the last games of the season, because I don't think there has been so many.
Yeah, because they're losing weather.
Yeah, and there were no stakes in the last few games, so that might affect a bit. But the other teams, Ilves they have a really nice new stadium, Tammela Stadium in Tampere. It's 8,000 people maximum, and they have had quite good numbers there, and it's really nice stadium. I have been there. It's really modern and nice new stadium, and it's just size is just nice for the Finnish football. 8,000. So, and then KuPS Kuopio, I think they have had as well quite good average of spectators. So I don't know the exact number, but. For example, the last game was, of course, they were so high stakes, so it was sold out. The stadium itself, it's like 8,000 as well, but there were people around the stadium and in every place. So I don't know what's the real number watching the game there, but it was really nice atmosphere. What I have seen in videos.
It makes me very sad when you talk about modern football stadiums,
but if you just compare this to Sweden, then it's a whole other thing then. But Finland is a lot behind.
We are comparing ourselves with you, and you are way above us, and you are comparing yourself with Sweden, as I understand in your
in Sweden they are great stadiums. In Finland you have good stadiums. In Estonia we have training pitches.
Okay, maybe it goes like that.
Plus, what you do well in Sweden and here in Finland as well. I wanted to ask that earlier as well. Like your league starts like in April. which is normal time when to play football, and ends up like mid-October or something like this weekend. So mid-October.
Weekend,
So it's a reasonable time when you play football. We start in like March, and Super Cup is actually even in February outside.
Yeah.
So it's winter.
And your season ends in November. In the halfway in November.
Second weekend of November, yes.
Yeah, okay.
And if some of our teams will qualify to the Euro Cups or something, then they have this dynamic calendar. Then we will end up in December. So we have like I don't know, like it's basically 3 months of winter football.
Do you have do the teams play 4 times against each other?
Yes.
36 matches.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Oh my God!
It's a very hard question, but in Estonian it's a very easy to say maybe.
You know, like
because in Finland they play
three rounds, I think.
You split the league after 2 rounds.
You play 2 rounds. It's 22 matches altogether, and then the top 6 plays 1 round against each other. So it's plus 5 matches.
27.
It's 27 altogether, and bottom 6 plays also 5 matches. So it's 27 matches plus cup matches.
We have cup matches as well.
I know. And of course, Hoiko has had the qualification matches in Champions League and then Conference League.
But I think before the season you have this League Cup, like some sort of pre-season League
it's in
Cup.
The winter.
Yeah.
But I guess the League Cup is for many teams. They are practicing matches.
Mm.
So
trial players.
Of course you win the title. You try to win the title, and you just try to win the games. But they are not so important if you compare to the real season. You just try to test the players and give playing time all the players. You can see how good they are.
So we have 27 league matches per year. We have 36. You asked why we are playing this. We were the fans are actually, I don't know, protesting, I would say, but we are like always asking football union, like, why are we playing? Like, let's cut the season a bit. Let's play more in a like natural time. And the answer there is that they calculated that for the improvement of players, they need to play 36 rounds. That's probably your players are not improving that much. Then I feel sorry for you guys.
That's the reason. That's the reason. But the other side is that there will be injuries as well if you play too much. Mm-hmm. If you play 36 matches plus cup matches, so you might get injured quite easily.
We're playing on these artificial pitches as well, which are not very they're worse than the natural grass. Yeah.
And of course in Finland it's not possible to play in March or in November. It's possible. We have artificial grasses, but we have to. The reason is Estonia and Helsinki are quite close each other. But for example, Oulu plays in Veikkausliiga. It's almost in Lapland, and they might be in March. Minus 20 degrees. So you can football. You play football outdoors. You don't play it in halls when you play Veikkausliiga. I'm not sure. Can you play the football in Oulu in March or in November?
You need a new football union director, and he will do everything possible. So that's all good.
It might get quite cold in March.
Okay, but the Finnish clubs are satisfied with that system now, or any club?
I'm not sure about all the clubs. I haven't asked them, but I guess for my point of view, the season is long enough. And then it's still time to train and still time to
train, rest,
prepare your team and try to make your team stronger for the next season. And
let's not forget fans as well. It's much better. Minus 20 or I don't know, even minus 5, or maybe players will come out and play, but without fans there won't be a football. It will be like a shitty getting together, right? So it's
and the climate is not a problem here in the south, but Finland is quite a long country. So if you have teams on the northern Finland playing in Veikkausliiga, it's a problem playing in winter there. It might be really cold. For example, there was Rovaniemen Palloseura. Rops is not playing anymore in Veikkausliiga, but Rops has played many years in Veikkausliiga. So it's so northern Finland that if you think about playing in January or February in Rovaniemi, it's really cold. It's really cold.
But I remember this team from Östersund played the Europa League in February or something. It was also like minus 20.
And Bodo Glimt as well.
But they have indoor pitch, no?
I don't know.
Yeah. I remember. No, it wasn't them. It was the other Norwegian.
Yeah, we have indoor pitches as well, but are they pitches to play in Conference League, for example?
I don't think so. Yeah.
Because Hoiko is playing. I just checked the schedule. They are playing the last home match in Conference League in December. We are in southern Finland, so it might be possible, but there is a small risk that it might be quite cold then.
I think it's quite a big risk, to be honest, that it will be cold.
And what if there is a snowstorm coming there? And the sky is full of...
But you had this like a couple of seasons ago. It was
last season.
Yes,
last season against I don't remember the team. Hoiko played home against Conference League.
It was snowing and the game was stopped a couple of times because of the snow. Yeah, I remember.
It was really fun.
And you were at the stadium.
Yeah.
So how was it? All good?
Yeah, if you have enough clothes, it's okay, and you have warm drinks from the bar, it's okay. But players on the pitch, it's a big risk to get injured there because the artificial grass is going to be very slippery and icy, and you just maybe can't make the same moves you make on a normal pitch. So, but there was one funny situation when the fans behind the away team goalie, they started to throw the snowballs towards the goalie. So the referee has to stop the match and go and tell the guys that you can't just throw the snowballs here. So.
All right. Another topic. Since we're Estonians coming to Finland, I need to ask you. You need to be really, really honest here. Do you know? Okay, you know Kevvar Polmets, obviously, but any other Estonians playing in the Finnish league? There have been quite a few. Have you do you know any names or any names popping up?
Of course, I do know one name, and I will never forget one name. That's Ats Purje. Every Finnish, if you know something about Finnish football, you have to know Ats Purje, because he is some kind of, I guess in Kuopio Cups he is some kind of legend there. So he was a good player, and I have few friends who still remember Ats Purje for many reasons, I guess, but he was a good player as well.
He's actually still playing in the highest Estonian division in a team called Kalev. And
Tallinna Kalev.
Tallinna Kalev, yes.
Okay.
It's actually connected somehow to Jari Litmanen as well, because through their sponsors. But
how old is he now? 40?
Almost. I think he's 39. 39, yes. Yeah. And he still scores goals. I think he scored almost 10 goals this season already.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, something like that. Maybe less than 10, but around 10. And some Finnish fans actually come to his games. Not too often, but
But I don't wonder that, because he played many seasons in Cups, and I think every football fan in Kuopio knows who is Ats Purje. So.
But did he get? He didn't get the championship, no, with Cups. I don't think so.
No, I guess he didn't.
He won championship with Inter Turku, definitely, before the
But
group period.
that has to be many.
Yeah, I think it's almost 10 years ago, even more.
Even
maybe 15.
15 over 15.
Maybe yeah, even 15.
Because he has been playing in Finland
for 10 years, I think, more than 10
more
years.
than 10 years.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think maybe 2010 or something.
But we have one Finnish champion, at least one. I know it's a goalkeeper from Seinäjoki. He played in Seinäjoki, Mihkel Aksalu.
Yeah. In fact, I know the name. I don't know the player. I don't know anything else about him, but I know the name.
Technically, he's also a footballer still, but he's a reserve goalkeeper.
It was like 2015 or something like that when Asiko won the championship.
Yeah, something like that. Yes, maybe 16 even, or something. Yeah. You are right. So yeah, we have sometimes like Estonian players playing.
And you had that. The other Estonian player played in Hoiko. He left in
Andres Vahar,
yeah.
But he was in a reserve team.
I don't think he played any actual games for Hoiko.
Yeah. But he's young. He's
very young.
20 or 21 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
He got just red carded against his favorite team yesterday. Second time in the season.
Second time in a row, yeah.
Okay. And the reserve team of Hoiko just got promotion from the Ykkönen to Ykkösliiga. So Hoiko has now in Veikkausliiga, and then they have the second highest level.
Oh, so your reserve teams also play in the system, right?
Yeah.
But only Hoiko's team is that high. Others are lower.
Hoiko is the highest Veikkausliiga, and then the Klubi 04 is in the Ykkösliiga.
Okay.
They just got promoted to Ykkösliiga.
Mm-hmm.
So
how about other clubs? Do they have reserve teams as well that high or not really?
Those team, the Klubi 04 is the main reserve team.
Okay.
If some players have been injured or they need to have playing time, they will go to Klubi 04.
But if you compare Veikkausliiga level at the moment versus 10 years ago, is the level now higher or is it like same? Because 10 years ago, many Estonian players were not even Estonian Premier League biggest names get contract with Veikkausliiga clubs. But now it's very difficult for them.
Maybe you answered yourself to the question, mm-hmm. But I think it's got better and better every year. Of course, we had Jari Litmanen playing in Veikkausliiga. Then he by himself made it better, but nowadays I think it's becoming better and better, and that's of course that's a good thing. But it's hard to compare certain things. But overall, the league is tougher now than then. That's my opinion.
But talking about Litmanen and the national team, you had very golden generation, Litmanen, Hüübia, but then you didn't reach the Euros.
Yeah, that's the question I have been thinking a lot before I got to sleep every night. Because if you go 15, 20 years back, for example, it was year 2008 when Finland was quite close to get to the Euros. It was the last match against Portugal away, but Finland should have won that game. It was 0-0 against Portugal. Finland didn't have so many chances in that game, so that was fair result. But you have Jari Litmanen. You had, of course, one of the, in my opinion, one of the world's best players at that time. And then you have forwards who have made in Premier League England over 10 goals per season. Mikael Forssell in Chelsea and Birmingham. Then you have Sefki Kucci. Then you have Tintti Johansson. Then you have Teemu Tainio from Tottenham, starting 11.
Sami
Hyypiä, Liverpool captain. Hannu Tihinen from Switzerland, the other central back, who is one of the Switzerland's best central backs. Then you have Aki Riihilahti, Jarkko Viss, you have Mika Väyrynen, Joonas Kolkka, one of the best wingers in Holland, Petri Pasanen.
I think he was in Werder Bremen even. Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Janne Saaren. You have so much big names there, and so good team. And Finland played well. For example, against Germany, Germany had always difficulties against Finland. There were many draws which have easily turned for Finland winning the game. But okay. It was not so easy to reach the Euros or World Cup then. There was
less teams, less
teams in Euros. If I remember correctly, only the group winner got directly to the Euros, and the other one had one away and one home match against the other group second. And it was more difficult to get to the Euros then, and of course even more difficult to get to the World Champions World Cup then. So that was one reason, and of course Finland had always the one bigger country, at least one bigger country. There was always the France or Spain or England, and then there were as well the some kind of other. Good football country there. So, and you have to, if you just want to get to the World Cup or Euros, you have to win the group. If you place second, so you still have
playoffs.
Yeah, playoffs, and there's going to be a good football country there, of course, against you. So it was harder then, but Finland had all what it takes. Then I don't know if the groups were so difficult, or did they have some bad luck, or many reasons. But the players were good then. I don't know if we will ever.
But now you said yourself you have like some youngsters, right? Young generations.
Yeah.
Before the episode, we also discussed you have this under-21 team who will play the playoffs with Norway. So for Estonian fans, give us like, I don't know, 3-4 names who like of Finnish young players who we should start following, or who might become stars.
There are a lot of youngsters who have got to the Europe in semi-big clubs or academies to train, and so they are now chance to show what they got. And of course, it's a hard way, but I think there are, for example, one big thing, one big happening was Jimi Tauriainen. He was substitute for Chelsea men's team in a Premier League game last. He's 20, and okay, one game, but in Chelsea, if you got some playing time, that's a big thing. Then, but
especially there's like hundreds of players in Chelsea as well.
Right now. But if we look the under 21-year-old team, there are a lot of good players, and now they have a chance to get to the Euros. They didn't win the group, but now they had the playoff matches against Norway, home and away. And I think they had quite a good luck, because there was a chance to get Belgium, Croatia, Greece, but they got Norway. And there are.
We'll see if that's a good luck or not.
Yeah, we'll see. But if you want to manage or play well in Euros, you have to win teams like Norway. If you don't win Norway, there's no point to go to the Euros anymore. So you have to win Norway. But you have there are 21-year-old guys, for example, Topi Keskinen, who got just contract. Were sold from HJK to Aberdeen. He's really, really fast player. Okay, the skills are quite good, but I hope they are improving. So he's one to watch, and he has played in men's team right now. There are Thomas Galves. He's a Manchester City player. He hasn't got playing time Manchester City for some reason. He was.
I'll call back.
Yeah, he's on loan in Lask right now.
In Austria.
In Austria, yeah. And he has been playing in starting 11 in men's team. And then there are Leo Valta, who plays in Sweden, and he played also against in England and in Ireland.
So already those guys are playing in the national team.
Yeah.
That sounds good to know.
For example, and I don't know why Finland had decisive matches in under 21-year-old. And okay, I understand if you are good enough to play in men's team, you play in men's team. But if you have so important games in youngsters, so maybe it would have been good to choose the guys to the. I don't know if they break the atmosphere there. I don't know. Maybe the coaches know better. But now when Finland is playing against Norway, I hope that all the best guys are there, because if Finland goes to the Euros, it's a big window to show all the scouts and other people how good you are, and maybe those youngsters can get to the better teams, good clubs in Europe, and that's good thing for men's team. So hopefully they will be chosen there, because I don't see those games so important for Finland men's team in Nations League. They haven't been doing so well there, so.
Yeah, come back to us to C division. Like, don't fool around in that B.
Yeah, if you are really tactical, if you think it from the tactical point of view, in C series every team has one. There is one team which can get the World Cup place. Of course, it's easier in Series C than in Serie B. Sweden is there now. I think
with
Sweden
us,
is.
Yes, we know that. Thank you for reminding me.
So I think Sweden is going through the World Cup from there. I think
we'll see.
Because Sweden, I guess Sweden is in wrong place right now.
Yeah, we have seen that. Yes, that they're like they shouldn't belong with us, but
but hopefully, of course, the match against Ireland in the men's team is important if Finland wants to stay in Serie B. That's the decisive game. Okay, they have a home match against Greece. That's going to be also very important. That's of course the coaches will decide which is more important now. That the guys will be playing in men's team, or they will help the under 21-year-old team to make to the Euros. But of course, you have already really good players in under 21-year-old team. So would the players do more harm or good to the team? That's the main thing.
In the end, the most important is that you have some young guys who are already playing on a good level, and in the long run, that's the most important part.
And there are already, I talked about men's team players now, which are young enough to play under 21-year-olds team, and there are already in under 21-year-old team Nathan Skytta, there are I lost Otso Liimatta, who plays in plays now in Portugal in Famalicão, in the Portugal league, and he is really good.
How old is he?
He's 20 or 21.
Okay, and playing in Portugal, the actual league.
Yeah.
Okay.
And of course, then is Kasper Terho. He's 20. He plays in Royal Union in Belgium. And then those are of course Juho Talvitie. In fact, my older boy is quite the same age as Juho Talvitie. I remember my boy playing against Juho Talvitie. Juho Talvitie is now 19, turning to 20.
And he's playing in
Heracles in Holland.
Okay.
It seems like bright future.
Bright future, yes.
And playing. Some players get more playing time in his team, and some of them still are trying to fight for the playing time. But they are in good clubs. I guess they are training quite well. So
good future.
Good future. If now we are living important years now. What will happen in 2 or 3 years?
That's
how
a
they
good
will
point.
be? Yeah.
Because like this is how they could establish themselves, where what will be the next step, and
will they make a breakthrough in their teams? And of course, if they make breakthrough in their teams, they will do well in the men's national team. But there are good players coming. Let's hope that they just don't get injured or something like that. But Finnish team is now in that point that Teemu Pukki is not playing so many years anymore. And Joel Pohjanpalo is playing in Serie A. He has made a few goals for Venezia, and he has been good. But he's just that young anymore. He isn't that young anymore. And Glenn Kamara, of course. But all the players have been playing already in the Euros. And they are not so young anymore. They got
new
older and older.
New generation will come, will take over, and will bring you back to Euros.
Yeah, we need new generation. Of course, we have Lukas Radetski, Leverkusen captain, but he won't be playing after 10 years, or I don't know if he will be playing after 5 years. I don't know. So,
as far as I remember, has been always playing for Finnish team. I don't know, and he's still not that old actually. So he's been.
I don't know how old he is. I don't remember.
I think 33 or 34.
Yeah, Teemu Pukki is. I guess Teemu Pukki is 34 now, and
yes.
So there won't be so many years left anymore.
But Timo, we have past 5 minutes were so bright. Maybe I suggest to start coming to an end to this episode on this bright note, right? And with all our guests, we usually offer the last words to our fans, like the ones who will listen. That will be mostly Estonian football fans.
Okay.
So I will give you free microphone. What would you like to say to football fans, football friends from Estonia, maybe from other parts of the world, doesn't matter, but mostly from Estonia?
Okay. I have heard about the amount of spectators in your matches.
I said on a bright note.
I just hope football is the best sport in world, in my opinion, and if you just love football, if you just want to support your club, go to the matches, go and support your team. Don't just sit home. Go and support your team, because it's a big thing for the teams that there are supporters in stadium. That's one thing. Go and see the football in live, because it's different.
It's a big difference.
It's a big difference, and that's what it's all about. That's where the teams get their energy to play. So go and support your teams. And if you just say that the football sucks in Estonia, and you don't do anything about it, you can't do that. You have to support, go to the matches, and try to get the football better. And if you believe that football will get better in Estonia, it will get better. If there will be new generations, and if you just are young and you are really interested in football, so work hard, train hard, and you will become better. So that's one thing. You can make yourself better, and you can make Estonia football better. If even you can make it by playing, or you just make it by supporting. So 2 ways, but you have to support. You have to go in matches in live. That's one thing, and it's always best in live.
Applause.
Amazing.
I like to say, mä sanon in Finnish, that's my motto, aina parasta paikan päällä.
Okay, I hope it wasn't anything rude or something.
Hey, I just say that it's always best in life.
Yeah, that's
Always
true.
best.
I fully agree on these
That's the
words.
key point, yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much, Timo, for
Thank you.
having time with us,
Thank you.
for finding this place. It's actually like we didn't talk about it, but we see a lot of drinks on the background, so that's amazing place.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we were counter wishing the best for Finnish football as well, and these matches between Estonia and Finland, they're usually quite nice from our perspective. You know, like to try to beat at least the bigger neighbor is always fun. You know?
And all the best for the Estonian football.
Yep.
Before I came here, I just checked that Finland and Estonia have played the first national team match in 1937. It was the first one, and Estonia won that match.
So yeah, let's wish all of rest games will end as well.
Fuck Soviet Union.
True.
And you have won quite a lot of games.
Mainly friendlies.
But usually we win friendlies in January. This is our thing. In January we're
maybe friendlies is your thing.
Yeah, maybe the champions of friendlies. That's amazing. But yeah, thank you very much for having this podcast. For the ones who are not subscribed, you should subscribe, because after this episode, in probably a couple of days or a week, there will be an episode showing why we are actually here. So the match day experience from the Conference League match with Kevor Palmets.
Yeah, follow the podcast.
Amazing. Follow Tribüüni, follow Left Foot as well.
Yeah.
Who is interested?
Left Foot. I've said Left Foot as Instagram, so you can find it there.
I will add links to the description of video for the ones who are interested. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mario, for your time as well. And see you around.
Yes.
Bye.
One thing, if you want to see Finnish football with good atmosphere, go and see Finnish national team Huuhkajat playing and enjoy the Finnish national team supporters Pohjoiskaare making an excellent atmosphere. There are over 3,500 supporters in Pohjoiskaare and it's growing bigger and bigger.